As soon as this movie came out, we knew it belonged to the survival film classics. Jordan Peele packs a punch with an alien invasion and the voyeuristic desire to capture it in the perfect opera shot, even if it means literally dying for your art. Selfie culture much? In this video, we'll talk about how you can survive the mute, faceless monster in Nope that's out to eat anyone who gets in its way. First off, know your enemy. To begin with, let's talk about Jean Jacket, the flying extraterrestrial that the movie revolves around. Picture this, a UFO known as JJ, named after one of the Haywood family's ancient horses, is stalking the Agua Dulce Valley and devouring everything in its path. This shouldn't be too hard since the whole movie's dedicated to showing JJ taking flight on a flying saucer. It has the traditional flying saucer appearance, a large silver disc. At some point you'll realize, just like the siblings did, that it isn't exactly a spaceship with other animals on board at all as the film unfolds. The whole creature alien is contained inside JJ's singular form, the full monster we see at the end. Terrifying. A gigantic organism emerges from the inside out that looks nothing like the saucer we saw before it grows and recreates itself. Using extraterrestrial iconography is a unique manner. This creature subverts it. As it soars over the sky, many people even think he looks like an angel from the Bible. Second, please don't look up or at it. If there's one thing we know about JJ, is that it will kill you if you look at it, or even get too close to it. You'd think this would be obvious to most people, but there's a reason that people in horror movies get curious and die really fast. That's why you need to take this rule very seriously. Come on, it's Jordan Peele we're talking about here. Obviously, this alien's nothing like what you'd expect to come out of a UFO. JJ's more of a predatory beast capable of swallowing horses and other animals via its wide vacuum-like mouth, which also serves as its eye, rather than some rocket-fueled ship from another planet holding bug-eyed green guys. According to OJ's character OJ, the monster is attracted to eye contact. This is obviously a reference to and an explanation for the accounts of extraterrestrial abductions via tractor beam. The saucer hovers over its targets before sucking it up into its mouth, so the second you see any lights start to flicker or hear any strange sounds, don't look up. Just keep your head down and get as far away as possible from that area. Hopefully, you won't go out looking for aliens in a desert, but you know, just in case. Second, get yourself some good old electricity and head shields. Okay, so you're hearing a lot of weird noises and you promised us you wouldn't look up, but you can't just stand there waiting for JJ to eat you up. No, what you want to do now is look for electricity. Every time we see JJ around, the power goes out. That's actually why Holst tries to capture video of the monster with a non-electric film camera. So as soon as lights start flickering, you want to look at the nearest street light, shady looking cabin light, literally anything, and run like your life depends on it, because it does. The head shield bit was a given. He's essentially a UFO, so if you just stand there, all bare and vulnerable, you're definitely getting sucked in. Let's be real, that's in the most basic alien guidebooks out there. Plus, a head shield will protect you from anything falling on top of you and potentially injuring you. Then, what do you do next? Okay, so you've listened to us so far. You kept stuck to bright, well-lit places, avoided standing out in the open, and ensured that you got a head shield, or at least a table nearby that you can hide under. Obviously, you'll have to come face-to-face with it at some point, but we really recommend avoiding that. Like, unless you have some kind of giant cowboy-shaped balloon lying around, you don't stand a chance against it. Just look at Juke. He was convinced that his near-death encounter gave him some kind of immunity. You don't want to put everybody's life at risk because you think you're chosen to fight this guy. Like, even if you survive and your co-star dies, it's probably pure luck and not your hero arc. You don't want to be the kind of guy who tries to tame a violent alien for profit because you think you're so invincible. JJ's way too powerful to be taken down. The best you can do is warn everyone around you. Let's face it, you can't fix him, just let him go. And try not to disguise yourself as a horse. The poor horses suffered for the art too, and a lot of them became prey for the horrifying JJ. But like we said, unless you have a gigantic cowboy-shaped balloon of Jupiter, you probably don't stand a chance, because the only thing that can take down this monster is a digestive system that can't stand rubber. Okay, so in case you do survive and defeat this guy, remember to get your award-winning shot. You've managed to survive at the small cost of many lives. Congratulations! This might be preemptive if you're still stuck there, but let's imagine this possibility. You gotta make sure you place the camera in the right place, just like Emerald did, so she could get the perfect shot of JJ right before he exploded. Now that's what we call an Oprah shot. Surveillance is a pretty heavy word to be using here, but if we go on Peele's older movies and how cameras are used against black people, then the Hayward's ranch begins to resemble a funny little thing called a panopticon. That's a central observation tower surrounded by a ring of jail cells, if JJ is really observing them from within that cloud. Prisoners have little privacy because they believe they are always being watched. So in this video, we're the prisoners, but Peele probably wanted to show us how recording police brutality is super important. Also, don't die for your art. This goes without saying, but many people need to be reminded. We're sure it would make a cool and obviously surreal shot if you recorded JJ, but if Antler's Holt's death is anything to go on, it's honestly not worth it. Holst was all fine and dandy when the Haywoods first reached out to him for his help with their project, and he really should have kept a professional distance from them. Then, he tried to get his Oscar moment by baiting the alien, without any head shield whatsoever, essentially dying for the perfect shot. Was his death worth it? Well, is fame on social media anything to go on? Not for long, and you'll probably end up dying in vain in what will inevitably get turned into a 2-minute TikTok edit. Peele's world is terrifying. In the course of the movie, he explores eerie, unpleasant visuals that are really based on fact, with an unnerving similarity to OJ's encounter with the gray-faced small aliens that overran his stable, or Haywood's encounter with the terrifying praying mantis face. The sight of an eerily spoken guy dressed in a mirrored helmet is a startling shock. The lesson we seem to be learning here is that if you're a TMZ reporter looking to make easy money, we suggest you stick to tabloids because this is not it. Finally, don't under any circumstances try to make a spectacle out of it. Okay, all things considered, Peele gave us a heads up about this. He talked about the spectacle for ages before the movie even came out. Don't try to turn this event into some kind of entertainment for viewers. Seriously, this monster doesn't take too kindly to that kind of treatment. Like the Haywoods kinda had it coming. They knew very well that this monster was carnivorous and out to gobble them right up. But Jupe's hell-bent on trying to tame it to show off how strong he is. Bad move. As much as you'd like to, you literally can't turn a potentially life-threatening situation into a great business opportunity. It'll backfire on you as it did for them. This was Peele's not-so-subtle jab at how people are always posting about tragedies, but not really doing anything about them. Like really, what's the point of standing there and recording when you could, be running toward shelter? We definitely wouldn't bother trying to bait this monster out either. That didn't turn out so well for the audience that it inhaled in the film. Seriously, just use the time you spend hiding from the monster to reflect on how speculation and exploitation in today's society happen, and even the kind of role we play in continuing them. This world shows us that no one's free of blame when it comes to participation in spectacles, and that many people's interaction with the spectacle is evidence of how wide the spectrum of exploitation can be. That's a wrap for this video. Do you think you would survive the aliens of Nope? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.